Welcome back to another episode of ACDN-TV. On this week's episode, we will be covering everything from the most recent Hillary Clinton scandal to the volleyball tournament that we will be hosting in the gymnasium.
But before we get to any of the breaking news, let's send it over to one of our correspondents who's making her debut with ACDN-TV. Mallory, introduce us to just who some of the new staff members are here at AC.
AC's hallway's gotten a fresh look this year with the addition of 6 new teachers in both the middle and high schools. We talked to each of them to get to know more about who they are.
I was a handful. I was someone who definitely excelled in the gym, maybe not necessarily in the classroom. I struggled a little bit, but I definitely found my way eventually, and I was very fortunate to have some wonderful teachers to guide me and steer some of my energy, and that's what I try to do.
In high school, I was the girl that always had a book with her. I loved to read. My friends would get on my case about it because I would read with them when they wanted me to be hanging out with them.
I lifeguarded, I lettered in track. I tried to be involved. I wouldn't say my grades were the greatest. I excelled at the social skills, and I think that's why I became a teacher.
In drama clubs and the plays, and I was very involved in the music program. So my students will tell you I'm a huge movie and drama nerd. I'm very excited for the play.
I was interesting. Put it this way, nobody would have thought I would have become a teacher.
If you could meet any celebrity, who would you want to meet?
I really like Ryan Reynolds. He's really funny.
John Wayne.
If I could meet any celebrity, I would have to say Shay Carl. He's like a YouTuber. And he's a really nice guy and just seems down to earth.
Would want to go back in time to meet William Shakespeare if I had the opportunity. I'm sure Mrs. Brown would say the same thing. We both have shrines to him. Natalie Portman is one of my favorite actors, so I guess I would meet her or a famous author.
I think it'd be pretty cool to meet John Lennon.
I would be quite intimidated by Beyonce, actually. I don't know if I'd want to meet her because I would be afraid of her.
Favorite movie?
Hoosiers.
I think pretty much any Adam Sandler movie. I like comedies.
Pride and Prejudice.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorites, and the Titanic, too.
And if you could change your first name to any other name, what would it be?
I wouldn't change it. My name is really unusual. And when I was younger, I didn't like that. My parents told me that they were going to name me Rosalind. So if it's Rosalind or Kathleen, yeah, I'm happy with my name.
Even something interesting like, I don't know, Christina or something where I could have a nickname. Really any name where I could have a nickname.
It seems like no one calls me by my first name. It's either Mom or Mrs. Yunt. So, hey, anything's different.
Favorite TV show right now?
Oh, right now I'm really obsessed with This Is Us. It's on NBC. It's new. Check it out. It's about family.
Right now, it's New Girl.
I watch Dancing with the Stars every single week. I have my favorites. I do vote. I love it. I think it's very entertaining.
Favorite TV right now would be America's Got Talent.
American Horror Story.
I kind of like scary things, so I have not started the new episode of American Horror Story, but I am looking forward to it.
If you could visit any country, where would you go?
Ireland.
Ireland.
I'm thinking of taking a trip to Ireland this summer. I also have an uncle who lives in Tanzania in Africa, and I'm probably one of the only people in my family who has not been there, so I would like to go there as well.
Anywhere warm and with an ocean.
Probably travel to the other countries where I know my ancestors are from. So that would be Wales and Poland and Germany.
I would have to say Spain because it's the one country that I haven't gotten to visit yet and it's on my list of things to do.
While the new teachers differed in their favorite movies and favorite celebrities, they all agreed on what they liked most about being at AC. What have you liked most about working at AC these past 2 months?
Absolutely the students and the colleagues, the other teachers that I've gotten to work with and get to know.
I would say the students. I really feel that overall they are very respectful, they are very motivated, they try hard, they're very patient with me being new, and I definitely appreciate that.
I would definitely say it's been the students and the atmosphere that you feel from just how great the students are.
I started in the secondary school this year. I find that I really like working with the older students.
Definitely the people so far. The students are awesome, and the other teachers that I get to work with are great.
I love my students. I have the best students in the whole entire world.
Each new teacher brings something unique to AC, and we wish them the best of luck the rest of the school year. For ACDN-TV, I'm Mallory Forney.
Presidential candidate Hillary Clinton came under fire for using a private email server once again last Friday, when FBI Director James Comey announced that the additional emails are now being investigated. These emails were found on former New York Congressman's computer and were discovered to have gone through Clinton's private server. Congressman Weiner is currently involved in a sexting scandal that is also being investigated by the FBI. And his wife has been a close aide to Clinton for nearly 20 years. The problem is that the FBI does not know if these emails are duplicates of the one they have already examined, or if they are the ones that could not contain classified information that was not examined in the summer. The vague announcement by Comey has confused some voters and angered others. The impact of this new investigation will likely be revealed on Election Day on Tuesday. In 2013, millions of people downloaded the popular app Vine, which is now owned by Twitter. Last week, the company announced that they are shutting down the app for good. Vine has announced to its users that they will be able to still access and download their 6-second videos, and they are promising to keep its website online. Many think that since users became more known, they branched out to their social media outlets like YouTube, Twitter, and many different live streams, which lowered Vine's profit. Twitter lost $103 million of revenue this quarter alone. Now, let's turn to Hunter Kelly, who covered the exciting Game 7 of the World Series that took place last night. Hunter?
In the 174th game of the World Series, two teams, the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians, two teams of what most people have called the two worst teams in baseball history, are now fighting for their championship and bringing it home to their city. Game 1 of the World Series was held in Cleveland on October 25th. The game was all about the hard-throwing right-handed pitcher Corey Kluber from Cleveland. Kluber went for 6 strong innings and striking out 9 Chicago players, a World Series record. Cleveland's Roberto Perez also had 4 RBIs on the day with 2 home runs, leading the Indians to a 6-0 win in Game 1. Game 2 at Cleveland saw the Indians starting pitcher Trevor Bauer leave the game. As the Indians brought in their bullpen very early in the game, the Cubs ace Jake Arrieta pitched a gem, throwing a no-hitter into the 6th inning, leading the Cubs to a 5-1 win. Game 3 was held at Wrigley Field in Chicago as Cleveland took a 1-0 win because of Coco Cripp's RBI in the 7th inning. Although the series was far from over, many fans didn't lose hope for Chicago. Mr. Coleman, how do you feel about the two teams in the World Series this year?
Oh, I feel like it's great. I mean, it's this historic event that, once in a lifetime this comes about, where teams who both for decades have not been in the World Series. It's really something that you can't miss. I'm very excited about the World Series. I think it's been a great series so far, and I can't wait to see how it ends.
I think it's great for the two cities to finally get to the World Series after all these years, and it's good for the fan base because they've had losers to root for such a long time.
Who are you pulling for to win?
I think I'm going to pull for the Cubs to win because I think after 107 years, it's about time they get a World Series ring.
I think both teams are very exciting. At this point, I'm pulling for the Cleveland Indians because they kind of come out of nowhere, and any team that can beat Drew Spirall's Red Sox, I'm rooting for them.
Cleveland Indians because I do not want the Chicago Cubs to win.
Game 7 at Cleveland's Progressive Field was surely one to remember. In the bottom of the first, Cleveland's ace Jake Arrieta stepped onto the mound to face Chicago's outfielder Dexter Fowler, who to start the game got his pitch and drove it deep to center field for a home run. As the Cubs took a 1-0 lead, Cleveland struck back with a run of their own off the bat of Carlos Santana, who drove in Coco Crisp to tie the game. Chicago's bats really woke up as they scored 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. As Cleveland also scored 2 runs of their own in the 5th, the game was tied up going into the 9th inning. As Game 7 of the World Series went into extra innings, the Cubs took an early 8-6 lead as Cleveland came up short, only scoring 1 run in the bottom of the 10th.
Do you love volleyball? If so, this news might be just what you were waiting for. The first annual Angel Tree Volleyball Tournament is scheduled for Saturday, December 3rd from 4 to 8 in the high school gym. This will be a 10-team double elimination tournament, but only the first 10 teams will be entered into the tournament. Registration is $50 per team, and application forms are available in the high school office. Each team must be co-ed with a minimum of 6 players. One of the players must be a faculty or staff member. During the tournament, there will also be a silent auction taking place with donated themed gift baskets for auction. The winners will be announced prior to the championship game. Most importantly, all the proceeds for this tournament will go to the Angel Tree Project, which helps provide holiday gifts for AC students and their family. But now, let's take a look at this week's sports.
is SportsCenter.
In addition to the Cubbies' incredible 108-year World Series run, this past week in sports has been a very active one. First, in national news, Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Josh Huff was arrested on Tuesday and charged with possession of an unloaded 9mm handgun without a permit, along with a small amount of marijuana. When asked about the arrest, Huff defended himself, saying, "What professional athlete don't have a gun?" Despite his response, the University of Oregon product was released by the Eagles yesterday morning. The NBA season kicked off last week, and after 10 days of basketball, it is no surprise that Russell Westbrook, the new face of Oklahoma City, leads the league in points, averaging 38 a game. On the West Coast, the new super team in Golden State got off to a disappointing start, dropping their first game to the Spurs on opening night, but have since then rattled off 3 straight wins, squashing any talk of a bad decision from Kevin Durant. In local sports, the field hockey team lost a heartbreaker on Wednesday, taking a 1-0 loss to Ole Valley in the semifinals of district playoffs. The Lady Dutchmen will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Lower Dauphin Middle School against Greenwood for 3rd place. Fortunately for AC, they've already done enough to earn a spot in the state playoffs, which will start up next week. Last but certainly not least, your very own AC football team will suit up tonight with a chance to take home a section title. The Dutchmen will battle the Donegal Indians in what is set up to be an historic night for Annville Cleona. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m., so make sure you come out and support AC. That's it for this week in sports. Stay active, AC! Seniors are reminded that you will be completing your yearbook information in your English class on Monday. Bring with you at least 2 childhood photos for the yearbook and the senior slideshow, and be prepared with a famous quote. You'll also be choosing your senior superlatives.
And next Friday, you'll be glad to know there is no school for students, as teachers have parent conferences scheduled. As a result, ACDN-TV will air its weekly episode next Thursday. For ACDN-TV, I'm Mason Moore.
And I'm Anthony Fratterall. And we are out of here.
Flowers, but you said you didn't receive. But you said you didn't need them. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know.
Too precious, taking its toll, stuck in the middle zone. I just want you alone. My kissing game is strong, way too real.
Magnify, lift it on high. Spit a Spotify to qualify a spot on his side. I cannot modify, ratify. My mama made me apple pies, lullabies, and alibis. The book don't end with Malachi. Devil will win it.
I don't need no explanation, 'cause baby, you're the boss at home. You don't gotta go to work.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. We don't deal with outsiders very well. They say newcomers have a certain. Never getting older. Kill any pain.
My signature fade with a bevel blade. That's a major key. I told her she's smart and loyal. I like that. That's a major key. Start a label, run it, sign yourself. That's a major key. What Tony had on the table, it's like us. We a major key. Still underestimated.
she got so cold on me. She said, yeah, keep making that platinum and gold for me. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? 'Cause I'm coming home again. Home again. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Oh, now I'm coming home again. Maybe we could start again. And we gon' live it up, so give me the green light. 'Cause I'm ready to go.